Thank you very much again, everybody, to come for this session of Inspiration Economy, the introduction course. And in this part, we're going to talk about what is Inspiration Labs, since we link it to the theory of Inspiration Economy. And it is one of the main practices that we use to trigger the inspiration currency. As we mentioned, that inspiration economy is based on inspiration spirit. It is a technique that is can come, or it's an outcome that can come through triggering our ITSO, the endorphin, the dopamine, the cytosine, and the cytosine, and the oxytocin. So through the inspiration spirit, we trigger these hormones that is bring us to being more persistent, more perseverance, more actually having passion. And this does not come without integrating with the reality of the problem or reality of the challenges within us. The more we integrate with reality, the more we are able to repeat, to manage failures, and appreciate the environment around us and the field realities. The more we use the minimal resources while solving a problem, the more we can build the inspiration spirit. The inspiration spirit also help us to discover inspirational sources within us. And these sources will help us to see the inspirational opportunities, especially the hidden ones. And this is where we say the inspiration lab help us to create more humbleness and more observation, more capacity to identify the opportunities within the problem, more ability to get involved with the implementation, and more ability to realize and discover the level of inspiration within us. And this will help us to actually be more creative and active and more mature in dealing with the realized problems. So Inspiration Labs is an environment that bring the mind, the behavior, and the spirit together so that we can solve actually certain challenging activities in a humble way and with more focused way. It is a type of thinking, not only a type, it's not an idea generation, let's say, hub. It is more of type of thinking that help us to bring insights from the socioeconomic problems and turn them into opportunities. Through such lab, we can build our ability to influence without power, without the need to authority or high resources. One of the mechanisms of the lab is usually it will help us to build a cognitive map of learning. We built the different type of learning, the observational learning, the capacity to create modeling, and so on, in a different way. It is an area where it can differentiate us as humans from animals and build our motor system and motor areas and sensories and association capacities in much higher ways. So we can optimize actually our motor system, sensory and association through the frontal lobes because it will help us to perform certain actions in a certain time and with a certain challenges so that we can enable ourselves to be more empathetic with the problem. And this is the difference between Inspiration Lab and any other workshops or techniques. Because through Inspiration Lab, we can be more empathetic and we realize the pain. We realize the pain of the others. We can actually build a certain neurons and within us that will help to change our behavior through the empathy and observational learning techniques. Through the lab, we can build actually an environment that will make us more attentional to certain challenges. It will make us more productive and it will help us to bring better incentives within us to solve, to be persistent and to be actually more driven by creating changes inside any learning environment. The lab also is an area where learning from the self-reinforcement and self-efficacy is high. So we become more self-efficacy driven by meeting the standards or beyond the standards, and actually rewarding ourselves instead of punishing ourselves when we start to take challenges in a different way. The lab is unique because it will make us target more frequency of challenges. So instead of having looking at people only those that inspired and we cannot copy them, we become ourselves a source of inspiration because we move from shallow content and towards more being people that we believe that we can inspire the society. We have a self-realization. We have ability to renew our abilities in a better way. And we have depth in the content that we produce and the creation of the influence we do. And of course, we create a difference in life of others. So through the lab, we can move from being in a chaos level area to an area where we become more of focused on a level of knowledge, and we move towards forecasting and even intelligence level. The labs and the inspiration economy theory is driven in a way that it helps us to reinvent the rules of the business model, and it will help us to engage people so that they become more engaged with the financial and non-financial outcomes and feel the reality of their ability to deliver simple solutions for complex problems. These complex solutions for simple solutions for complex problems are actually starting with the opportunities, and then they help us to raise the capacity compared to the demand that we are focusing on with minimal resources. So again, the lab is an area where we raise our curiosity, efficiency, effectiveness, and we get satisfied because of our achievements and our engagement. Through the lab, we will have active participation, field visits, gamification of challenges, networking, filling questions and surveys relevant to the challenges we are facing, and we create a proper reflections or self-collectiveness so that we can utilize the observations to the maximum. The observation in the lab are always turned to be opportunities. I think we'll stop here and we'll continue in the next session. Thank you.